I've just realized that my previous video is not recorded well, so I'll do something to re-record it and re-upload it, yeah, so that you guys are able to get to know what I was talking about. Well, I wanted to talk about something. I think not I wanted to talk about something. I want to talk about something. I want to talk about the three faculties of the soul. Yeah. Of course, I'm not the first person to talk about this. There are many people who have talked about this already. Augustine of Hippo has, well, I think probably was the first one to talk about the soul and its faculties. And later on, people like, who else? This one? Bonaventure of Begnoratio also wrote a lot on the same topic, the three faculties of the soul. You can read in his books, Journey of the Mind, Journey of the Soul into God, or the Mind into God. Yeah, and later you still have more Augustinian scholars which will still comment on the same topic of the three faculties of the soul. The three faculties of the soul, or of the mind, if I may say, because the word soul is no longer being used that much in modern context or history. We now use the word mind more than anything. Yeah, Augustine argued that these three faculties of the soul or the mind are the what? The intellect, the knowledge, and the will. And my argument is not really based on all three of them. It's based on rather the last one which I mentioned, the will. Why am I focusing on the will? Because I have realized that not that let me don't talk about others, but let me talk about my own experiences. I struggled a lot with the will. Some people call the willing power. Yeah. You find that you have ideas. Yeah. You have, maybe it's not that you are dull or you don't know stuff. You are quite enlightened than most people, and you know a lot of stuff, be it in philosophy, in maybe religion, or in maybe science whatsoever. Yet at the same time, you can you can actualize that. You can bring that part of you that shows that this person actually knows, and this is how this is changing his life. Yeah. This is how it applies to me, because obviously I'm the case study here. I have a lot of stuff that I'm thinking of doing, but at the end I end up not doing, and not doing not necessarily because maybe I don't know, but I don't know, but you just find yourself that you know that you want to do this, but you just don't have energy to do it. Yeah, you like a certain thing, you're very passionate about something, but you just don't have an energy. And this does not only apply on one aspect of your life. The will is something that affects you, I think, you as the being. It doesn't just affect one part of you, but it affects you holistically. And once you lack the will, you will suffer in most of the things that you're gonna try to embark on. So now, what do you do when you find that you have reached that point whereby you are no longer having the will? You know, you think you do have ideas. It's not like you do have knowledge and you are smart and everything, but you just can't uh, you just cannot express that. I think, of course, others may argue against this, but I think it's a spiritual problem or a psychological problem. And one way of dealing with it is uh, doing this. Once you realize that you lack the will, you know, you just you're always tired, or you're always upset, you know, and you can't figure out what is the cause of that. And you always have ideas, but putting them into practice is just one question altogether. mm, I suggest you change the people around you. Okay, you change the environment. Maybe you can migrate. You go stay in a place where maybe you are not known, and you try to recollect yourself for some time, maybe for 3 months, trying to figure out your own reality, to dig into yourself. Yeah, you start maybe go into every detail of what has happened in your life and how has that affected your life in one or another. Because anything that you experience in life, whether good or bad, it will always affect the way you do things and the way you feel about life in one or another. So once you realize there's something wrong, withdraw to yourself, go to a different place where maybe you're not known and everything, and you start going through that process of recollecting yourself to figure out what went wrong. Because when the will is lacking, there's always something which I've learned with myself. There's always something which went wrong, and if you don't fix that thing or you don't learn to live with it, it will affect you implicitly without you realizing. And that thing eventually will affect the way you relate with others, the way you do things, uh, everything. But most importantly, like I've mentioned, it will affect the will. So you find that maybe you are the person who's always upset, or you are the person maybe who's always maybe pretending, those kind of things. And you don't even know why. Sometimes you just know that I'm feeling, I'm not feeling well, but I can't tell why. I can't tell what's wrong with me, but I know I'm not feeling well. And that eventually, once you feel that, it affects many areas of your life. So it's always worth it to say, okay, this happens, but in as far as it happens, let me just withdraw to a place whereby I can be alone for some time. Because a process of healing is not a one-day thing. At least try to withdraw to a place where no one knows you, where you are alone, and you try to each day, maybe for 3 months or so, people take different times to go through some of the stuff and to adjust to their own realities. Yeah, trying to study yourself, and by going back into your history, the history of your family, the history of your parents, the way you grew up, people around you, how have they affected you in one way or another, and how are you going to change the way you feel about some of the things, and how are you going to live with your own reality as a person, because at the end it's about being able to live with your reality of you as a person. If you can't live with your reality, uh, you live with someone else's reality, and because someone else's reality is not yours, it always bring problems in your life in one or another. So I think that's the way things are, because uh, that equation of the intellect, the knowledge, and the soul always have to be balanced in one. If the what you might have the will, okay, but if you don't have enough knowledge and even the intellect is not that good, you will remain stuck in life. You might have knowledge, but if uh, the intellect is lacking, is not that much realized, and the will will be weak. So there's always, all that thing. So you have to work through those emotions if you you want to see change in your life, change in the way you approach things, and in the way you do things. Yeah, this, of course, this is a very deep topic, which I hope I'll always come back to it on how we can work around it, because it's something which is based on the actual life, on how we live our lives as individuals, because without that balance, of the will, the intellect, and the knowledge, life becomes, I don't know, yeah, it becomes miserable. You can't see direction in your life. You can see that you are living, of course, but what are you living for, and why are you living? It becomes very difficult. Yeah. Hope you find this helpful. I'll be dropping another video to correct the video that I sent. Sorry, I am really sorry for the mistake that I did. I did not. I realized that I did something stupid. I was supposed to go through the video that I posted to see whether it's playing well or not well, but I didn't really go through the whole thing. I just posted it. But now I'm going to fix that tonight, actually. Meaning, tonight I'm going to post two videos. This video and the other video. I'm going to start recording it immediately after this. Yeah, it's not even a long video. It's just a short video to just educate people. Hope you find this helpful, and if you have any feedback, you can always comment, where you feel about the same three faculties of the soul: the intellect, the will, and the knowledge. Thank you.